All right. So T Top's event just ended. Um, Straight Drop presents the re-up. Salute to T Top. Salute to T Top. Um, the stream was crisp. No audio issues. No visual issues. Like it was a really good stream. A really good stream. Um, no no super long waits in between battles. Um, that was great. That was great. Um, so those are like the things I know people gonna ask questions about. That people are gonna ask some questions about. Um, but yeah. So let's get into talking about the card. So EXO and Trademark kicked off the card. That was the opening battle. That was the opening battle. Um, and I was telling people, I was telling people prior to the event, go look up EXO. Go watch him versus Remedy. Go just look at EXO. He's a really good puncher. Now the one downfall I can say he has is the delivery. The bars and the punches are there. The material's there. It's just his delivery ain't it's it ain't there. It ain't there. The delivery is just that's the best way I can put it. Delivery ain't it. It's just not it. Um Trademark Trademark was cool. He was cool. Um but I had XO 30. XO 30. I don't like even it with his delivery not being it, he had way better material than Trademark. I would I would want I'm gonna Trademark up. He had a few good things, you know, but like most of the good lines came from EXO when they battle. EXO had the WNBA trader bitch, um, the light schizophrenic people use your inside voice. The Kobe bar he had in the second. Um, Now Trademark was talking about how XO bars didn't make sense. He was talking about that in the second round. Um, and then like when it got to the third, like Trademark was rapping, and then it seemed like he ended his round early. And then when XO was rapping, Trademark was talking, like while he was rapping. Like it just seemed like to me, like Trademark got to a point in his third, and it was like he would like like trying to get through it without, I guess, like stumbling or whatever. And it seemed like he got frustrated. That's why he ended the round. But the talk by EXO was rapping. It's like, come on, bro, you lost. You lost. You're not bad. You're not a bad rapper. Like, as far as a battler, I would want to see you again. I would want to see. I would want to see EXO. I would want to see EXO again. You know, I think this was a great opportunity for EXO. Trademark, I would want to see you again, you know. But like I said, EXO 30. Then the first like we went into the battle, the main battles people were wanting to see. Charlie Clips versus Anderson Burris. So, yes, Charlie Clips did show up for his battle. I know people wanted to know that too. Yes, Charlie Clips showed up for his Anderson Burris battle. But the kicker, let's get into it. Clips' whole first round was about um talking about how he shows up to his battles, basically. How he shows up to his battles. You know, I guess when we get into the him not being prepared and him freestyling. Well, if you're wondering, Charlie Clips freestyled most of this battle, which I predicted it was going to happen. I predicted he was going to freestyle majority of this material. So all Charlie Clips did was prove me right. Prove me right with the freestyle. Um, it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. Charlie Clips is gonna prepare however he's gonna prepare as far as his battles. That's just what it's gonna be. He's gonna prepare for his battles however he prepares for them. Um, he did have the Timberland don't the Album Don't Fall Too Far from the Tree. That was dope. That was dope in the first. Clips had like the whole Black History scheme. Um, in the first, like Clips' first was cool. It was cool. Um, Now Anderson Burris hit it right the nail on the head when he mentioned like starting off his first round with every time Charlie Clips gets booked, something miraculously always happens. Something always happens when he gets booked for a battle. Like leading up to his battles. Something always happens. And Anderson Burris ain't lying. Because I want to say at least the last 2 or 3 battles, he was booked. Like, I think one he no showed, and like the 2 other ones, something happened. So Anderson wasn't lying with that. The 9/11 bars from Anderson Burris. It's like, ooh. I had Anderson Burris winning 2-1. I gave Clips the second. Anderson Burris had a something what was the bar? Something like Bojangles Fries bar in the first, and then Clips rebutted it to start the second round. To start his second round off. Clips basically freestyled his whole second round. Like from the rebuttal to the round. That's basically how that ended up going. Like I can see that Clips was like having fun freestyling. He felt comfortable freestyling. I can't think of the last battle. Well, maybe Easy was the last battle that Clips actually wrote for and was like A1 in that battle. Because I think basically every battle since the Easy battle, he ain't shown up for, basically or something. So when we talk about vets living off, getting booked off their names. Yeah, Charlie Clips. Charlie Clips. Because like I said it, I said it. What yesterday? We're doing predictions. He was gonna freestyle 85 to 90% of the material and write 10%. That's basically what he did. I think he wrote his first round and started the second round with the rebuttal, freestyled the second and the third because some of the stuff was like hit or miss. Because you could clearly tell he's freestyling, so it was like hit or miss. I'm just happy he showed up for the battle. I'm happy Charlie Clips showed up for the battle. Like out the 3 rounds, he has the rebuttal was good, the first round was good, and then it was like hit or miss on the freestyle with the second round and third round. Anderson had a rebuttal, um, in his second to start his second, and it kind of like fell flat. But then he started cooking. Was it? I want to say it was the second, or was it the third? It might have been the third. And then he started cooking though. Like he talked about Clips being like his gambling addiction, which everybody pretty much brings up with Battle of Clips. But yeah, that it was alright battle. It was an alright battle. Clips is funny. He's entertaining. He's a name, so that's why people will keep booking him. That's basically what it is. That's why people keep booking Clips. You're booking him because his name. You're booking him because you know he gets views and he's going to get people to come out. Now, I want to say it was the Clips mentioned something about Anderson getting the battle. If I heard that correctly, he's going to get the battle. And I guess like so that means he'd be putting the battle out on his page. Like battling Clips and it hits YouTube, you're gonna get the views. You're gonna get the views. Clips is one of the high view guys. Like his name brings in views, and if you do your part, yeah. So that was alright. That was alright. Then it went to Tay Rock and Osolo. Why did Osolo agree to this battle? That's all I want to know. Why did Osolo agree to battle Tay Rock? Um, Tay Rock 30. Tay Rock 30 for a guy that calls himself for Osolo to call himself the most electrifying, and even the crowd said it with him when he introduced himself. I expected something. I expected something from him. And it was just like, this ain't it. This ain't it. But like it was 1-0 by when Rock did his first round. 2-0, and the crowd was just like, I swore somebody said leave him alone. It was bad. And I want to say in this battle, Ness caught a stray. Was it this battle? Yeah, I want to say it was. It's like, if you can battle Tay Rock, please at least try. It was like O-Solo didn't even try. And I've seen O-Solo a couple of times. And I know he can be hit or miss. But when he's on, he's on. And today he was not. Easy 30 for Tay Rock. Like, yeah, it was an easy win for Tay Rock. Like, I know it could have been a better matchup. It could have been a better matchup that it wouldn't have just been an easy kill for Tay Rock. That at least somebody would have fought back. Like, O-Solo didn't fight back. It was just basically Tay Rock all 3 rounds. And it's just like, come on, bro. Beating this man's ass. Beating this man's ass, and he not even fighting back. He just taking the punches. That's basically what it was. Easy win for Tay Rock. And they were smart to go from Tay Rock battling right into Chess versus A Ward. Chess versus A Ward was a great battle. It's a great battle. I don't care who you have winning. I think for me right now, I have A Ward 2-1. If somebody told me Chess 2-1, I would not be mad. That battle was exactly what I thought it was going to be. This is what the back-to-back great showings for Chess. The Drugs battle, now the A Ward battle, because mind you, this is a rescheduled battle as far as Chess and A Ward. It's a rescheduled battle. But great battle. I don't care if you got Chess, I don't care if you got A Ward. The battle did what it was supposed to do. It did what it was supposed to do. A Ward had the crazy rebuttals. The Moses bar was crazy. Chess rebuttal to start his second round and got crazy. Like, I didn't quote too many bars with that, but when I say could be in talks to like best battles as far as the year, yes, Chess and A Ward was a great battle. It was a great battle. Great battle. Like I said, I don't care who you have winning. Well, as far as Chess or A Ward, like they both came and delivered on both sides. Those the type of battles I like to see. Those the battles I like to see where I gotta watch it maybe 2 or 3 times to catch more bars, to catch more moments is always something you get when you watch it over. And then who I got winning might change. As of now, I have A Ward 2-1. I have A Ward 2-1. The battle did what it was supposed to do. It did what it was supposed to do. That's why I say whether you got Chess 2-1, A Ward 2-1, it was that good of a battle. Then it went into Jazz the Rapper versus T Top. T Top talking about how Jazz battles for her homies but won't battle Miss Hustle. Like, and then he was like, all Jazz do is run with Crips. First she was streaming with Surf. Then she had the podcast with Gishi, and there's some ours. I think solid first round. Um, I had I had T Top in the first. Um, just another one that it be 2-1 either way. I had Jazz 2-1. Um, but I could see somebody having T Top 2-1. Um, Jazz mentioned this like the whole situation with Briz, and you said if somebody did something to Briz, you would do something. That something 4 years later, something happened. You ain't do nothing. Um, Now T Top pointed out about Jazz asking who was Dylan Brooks and who was Klay Thompson. She tweeted these things. She tweeted it asking it. Um, she was asking who are these players, and it was basically to allude to Jazz got a ghostwriter because it's like if you call yourself the sports bar queen, how why are you asking who these people are? So he basically was alluding to Jazz having a ghostwriter. Um, I don't. For me, I don't think she does. You know, but uh, that ain't the first time I've heard something about a reference or something like a reference to a bar or something that goes along with something she said in the battle. So I'm not gonna act like that's new to hear. Um, like I said, I had Jazz 2-1. If you tell me T Top 2-1, I wouldn't get mad. Um, they had a good battle. They had a good battle. Some jokes mixed with bars. It was a good battle overall. And then the main event, Rum Nitty versus Twerk. I'ma say it. This battle did not live up to the hype. It didn't live up to the hype. 90-second rounds. 90-second rounds. 90-second rounds. We wanted to see 3 minutes of Twerk and Rum. 90-second rounds. Um, Twerk, Twerk did his thing. That was also something I mentioned yesterday with doing predictions, talking about their battle. That um, Twerk's had, different things going on. And the last battle we saw of him was what Easy, and he didn't do so well in that battle. And then he had some personal things going on. So I was saying that either and he's had battles booked, but he didn't make him to those battles too. Either he was gonna come back with a good performance, or with the time in between last battle and actually getting back out there and battling, it was he was gonna be dirt. That's basically how I put it. It wasn't gonna be it. I think Twerk came back and had a solid performance, solid material. Um, I just hate the 90-second rounds. I hate the 90-second rounds. I wanted 3 minutes. I think the average fan wanted 3 minutes. Wanted 3 minutes with that battle. So it didn't live up to the hype. 90-second rounds. 90-second rounds. 90-second rounds. Like, I'm just happy that Twerk came back and was good. Showed up and he came back. And he was good. So that's all that mattered. Like, they both had good material. Like, I would want to see it again. You know, the short rounds, it just kind of messed it up in my opinion. But overall, only one battle didn't happen off the card, which was Drugs versus Project Prime. That battle didn't happen for me. I don't know why, because I don't recall T-Top mentioning why it didn't happen. But with the battles that happened, great night of battle rap, done by a decent time. No long intermissions, no issues. Far the stream, crisp stream. Everybody showed up. The battle that everybody wanted to see happen. The only negative thing to that is short 90-second rounds. That's the only negative part to that. My battle of the night, Chess and A Ward. Chess and A Ward is my battle of the night. But salute the T-Top. This time around, being able to run the event, rap, and this time it was like you was getting to everything quicker. Like, salute. I look forward to the next straight drop event. Salute. Overall, good night about rap. Yeah.